evening, everybody. My name is Brandon Moss. I am the Director of Music here at First Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbus. I want to welcome you here tonight to a church that absolutely loves music of all kinds, and we're very excited for the concert that we are about to see tonight. The group that you see behind me was here last in January 2020, and we won't talk about what happened after that, but we're very excited to have them here tonight, so please give a warm welcome to Laurel, Camara, and the Jake Reed Trio.
tapestry along the muttered road. He sat down on the river rock and turned into a toad. It seems that he had fallen into someone's wicked spell, and I went to see him soon, though I didn't know him well. As I watched in sorrow, there suddenly appeared a figure gray, ghostly beneath a flowing beard. In times of deepest darkness, I've seen him dressed in black. Now my tapestries unraveling, and he's come to take me back. He's come to take me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's our pleasure to be here with you. We're a small crowd, but we're a mighty one. Over here on the drums, let me introduce Jay Green. And I'm a bass and bongo bass and bongo bass and bongo bass. We got a Bradley Mellon. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So this is our second time playing here. As I said before, we were here in January 2020, January 24th, 2020. It was one of the 2 shows that we played that entire year. So, wonder why, huh? But we were very, very blessed to be here 4 years ago, and it was actually this show that we realized we had something really special with this group. And we have recorded an album off of the last show that we did, which was Shades of Ellington, and it comes out April 12th. We actually have some little postcards back there. We have an album release concert coming up at the McConnell Arts Center April 12th, doing the Shades of Ellington concert. So we're very excited about that. But I want to talk to you about this show because this will be our next record that we're still kind of like piecing stuff together and getting all the stories and the different, as many of you know, Laurel Canyon is this like fascinating little microcosm of explosion of like some of the most influential music that has ever been in this country. And the stories that are kind of woven through this music and how everybody played on everybody's records, and you know they inspired each other to write songs. And you know, we get people asking sometimes, well, what does this stuff have to do with jazz? Well, my friend, not to mention this in a church maybe, but jazz musicians and people in that era and people who lived through that era know that, you know, they like to have some help with inspiration sometimes, and what they use to get inspiration. And what I found, I had done another show that was similar to this, and when I researched the 1960s, especially Haight-Ashbury, and you found, oh, so they just got together in an apartment with a bunch of musicians and took their medicine, so to speak, and then jammed all night. And jazz musicians do the same thing. So actually, I wanted to show, and I think we all want to show, that this music can kind of weave in and out of these different styles. It doesn't have to be stuck and played one way. And this is kind of how we heard it, and we wanted you guys to hear it that way. So that was, of course, what song was that? Tapestry by Carole King. And so we are going to do a James Taylor song, and you'll know this one. But if you look on her record on Tapestry, he's on it. And then she's on his records, and then same with Joni was on James Taylor's records, and then he was on her. They all played together. So I just would love to have been a fly on the wall and in one of those recording sessions. So we're not even going to announce this one. You'll know it. And this is an arrangement of Jake's. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Susan, the plans they made for me to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought never end. I've seen lonely times when I could have gone afraid. But I always thought that I'd see you. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching every time I get high. I can't make it any other way. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you. Thank you. We're surprising ourselves because that's like a brand new one for us. So we're having a good time with it. We're gonna actually do one more from Carole King, and I heard it in a very, very jazz way. So we're gonna slow it down. It's one of her great songs off that record. So I'm not gonna announce these because you all know what they are. So. So far away, doesn't anybody stay? It would be so nice to see your face. It doesn't help to know you're so. Long ago I reached for you and promised you, holding you again could only be good. Oh, how I wish I could move your soul. One more song, my moving along. Can't say much of anything. If I could only work this way on my way, I'd rather spend close to you. My, you're so. It would be so fine to see your face at my door. Doesn't have to know that you're so Nothing else could do but close my eyes. Oh, I sure hope the road don't come down on me. There's so many dreams I've yet to find, but you're so doesn't anybody sing in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at the door. And it doesn't love to know that you're so far away. You're so far you're so far away. I warm up my mouth for the next one. And I feel like I've been here before. Like I've been don't you know, makes me wonder what's going on the ground. Thank you. If you didn't know that song, that was Deja Vu by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And, trying to go through their music, they wrote some hard music. Like some really hard music. They were basically jazz musicians. Like they were the most jazzer of the singer-songwriters because they just made the music incredibly complicated, actually. But I think that was when I kind of like read up on some of these stories, like that's one of the things that Graham Nash was like so excited about joining this group was he was in a pop group before, I forget the name of the group, you guys would know. Yes. Yeah, I'm still learning. I was born in 1984. Let's be real. But my dad brought me up on this music, and so and we all love it. And but I was researching this, and he was like, I was just getting bored, like playing the same 3-4 chords, and just doing that kind of. I wanted to do something more creative, and when these guys got together, it was like, whoa! I remember hearing the story where they sang harmonies one time. And they were like, wait a second. They instantly had to stop because they knew they had something. And so I kind of feel that way about our group. Like we had a couple of moments, especially our first concert here, where we were like, whoa, something just happened there. So it's very cool when you get that. But we are gonna, that brings to the next story, which is, you all know this guy named David Crosby, right? Who passed away, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. Was it last year? It was January of last year, right? Yeah, sad day. So he stumbled upon this, I don't know, lowly singer-songwriter from Canada. I don't know if you've heard of her, Joni Mitchell. Yeah. So he actually produced her first record, which is something that I never knew. And they tell the story, and I actually put it when we advertised about the show, where Joni came to a barbecue at Mama Cass's house because Mama Cass would host these epic parties where she was Mama because she would feed the children their medicine. And if you know what I mean by medicine, they came in these little brown tablets most of the time. So they called it their medicine. And she would kind of, okay, wake up everybody, time to take your medicine. So, so Joni came and sat down on the grass and played her entire first record, all the way through. And Eric Clapton happened to be there. I mean, these are the kinds of people that were just hanging out at these parties, and just was transfixed. And so this is from her first album, and it's called Songs to a Seagull. And Brad and I have never done this before, so we're excited. We're just gonna explore. days were concrete, and the stars paid the light bill, and the blossoms hung fast on their straw window trees. My dreams, where the seagulls fly out of reach, out of cry. Out of the city and down to the seaside, to sun on my shoulders and wind in my hair. Sandcastles crumble and hunger for human, and humans are hungry for words they can't share. I call to a seagull who dives through the waters and catches his silver find in a room, crying are footprints that danced on the beaches, and the hands that cast wishes that sung like a stone. My dreams, where the seagulls fly out of reach, out I kind of like him. Give it up for Brad. The thing that's great about this group, right, is we just have some of these guys just like, I'm like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know, let's feel it out. And I know I can do that with him because he will just set the stage and just paint this beautiful picture. So always a pleasure to play with you, sir. And wait till you hear the record, because we have like an epic, and we call it his arrangement really, because he sets it up and we just go. And it's like an epic 13-minute caravan. So it's gonna be epic, really. We have, let's see, I'm not gonna announce this one. I think I just wanna go for it, and we're gonna see if you guys know this one. Thank you. We're gonna take a U-turn from the spacey music, and we're gonna enter the magical land of Zappa. Because he was like the mayor of Laurel Canyon. Like, he was one of the first guys there, and everybody wanted to, when musicians came to town, they wanted to meet Zappa, because he was just this like weirdo that lived in the mountains. And I had this crazy brain that everybody just wanted to like sit with him and like try to understand him, and nobody ever did. So we're gonna do one of Brad's, this is one of Brad's here.
Right.
Jake Reed. My name is Laurel Camara. We're going to take a short break. We have more music. The first set was only the appetizer, folks. The second set is the main course, so we really hope you enjoy. Stick around. Call your friends. All right. That actually went very well. I got a small tiny horse. Very little. No space there. Welcome back, everyone. Woohoo! Come on, yeah, you can applaud. It's all right. I want to dedicate this song to my ladies, all the ladies. Words of love, so soft and tender, won't win a girl's heart anymore. If you love her, then you must send her somewhere where she's never been before. Worn out phrases and warm embraces won't get you where you want to go. No, words of love, soft and tender, won't win her. You ought to know by now. You ought to know by now. Words of love, soft and tender, won't win her anymore. anymore. I started putting that song actually in some regular sets because it's just a great song. And I'm like, why don't people do it that way? That's kind of one of the fun parts about this show is like we kind of come up with songs and we're like, why don't people do it that way? But I was like the only weird fourth grader. Remember when bell bottoms came back for a little bit? Anybody remember that? In like the 90s, like 1996 or so, 95. Yeah, that was definitely me, and I was definitely listening to this music when I was a kid, and was walking around in a tie-dye shirt, and so my teachers would say to my parents, like, is Laura a little different than your other children? And they'd be like, yeah, a little different, a little different. So I actually was listening to the Mamas and the Papas, like, nonstop, and the Beatles for like an entire year, so that's all I would listen to, but we're gonna move along and we're gonna do another little ditty. And you know, this song, we're gonna feature Bradley Millen on bass. And it's just gonna be me and Brad. And we are gonna do a Buffalo Springfield song, which I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. But also a little side note is that who was in Buffalo Springfield that was in a later group, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young? Stephen Stills and Neil Young, I believe. Yes. So, which is actually how Neil Young got brought into that group. They needed a fourth, and they're like, you should, I mean, I think it was, the story was like David Crosby was saying, like, I'm not that good on guitar, and Stephen Stills was like, well, you gotta hear this guy Neil, like we gotta bring him in, and man, glad they did. But we're gonna do a little recreation that actually, a lot of people think this song is about the Vietnam War, but in fact, there were some riots going on below the canyon because there was like a curfew. They were trying to do a crackdown on counterculture in LA. And so they were watching the riots happen from above, and they wrote, Stephen Stills wrote this song. So you're gonna know what it is when you hear it. Something happening here, yeah. What it is exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there. He's telling me I got to beware. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking and nice, getting so much resistance from the other side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. About a million. I have to talk a lot in this show because there's just a lot of stories to be told. So we're gonna jump a little bit over to another Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song, which, I mean, I love them, can you tell? Who doesn't? Like, I'm just, you know, there are certain artists I'm just like, if you don't like them, go see a doctor, because there's something wrong with you. But I love this story, and this is probably one of the most tender songs. And it came out of life. At this party, Graham Nash Mama Cass came up to Graham Nash and said, somebody, you know, wants to meet you. And she introduced him to Joni Mitchell, and they became a couple. And to this day, I think, you know, Graham talks about her with great affection and says that probably I was probably the closest that she ever came to settling down, but nobody could tame Joni. But it's a beautiful story where he says there was just this rainy day where we were walking through, you know, the streets of LA, and we ran into an antique shop, and she bought a vase. And then we went back to the house, and it was cold, and I said, you know, I'll light a fire, and you go place the flowers in the vase that you bought. And then he, like, that clicked, and he ran to the piano, and he wrote this song. And they called Joni's house our house. So we're gonna do that one for you. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for you, only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything's done. Such a cozy, cozy room. The windows are white beams, sunshine through them, 5 reasons for you, only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cousins. Oh, life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy. used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. Will you place the flowers in the vase that we bought today? Thank you. We're going to stick with a little bit of Joni here, and we're going to keep it mellow. I don't remember the exact words, but she left him one day on a postcard, just like a little note. It's something to the effect of, if you hold sand too tightly, it slips through your fingers. It's just something poetic like that, and she just left, and she was gone. And it's the saddest thing I've ever heard, right? But you can tell when they talk about each other that they still really loved each other. But when you listen to a lot of Joni's lyrics, she was very, very feminist, actually, and did not believe in being tied down, because her music was her great love. So we're going to do some from her most famous record. Songs are like tattoos, you know, I've been to see before. Crown and anchor me, let me sail away. Hey boo, there's a song for you, ain't gonna pay. Underneath the skin, an empty space to fill. There's so many people thinking we gotta keep sinking, we can make it through these waves. Acid, booze, and ass, needles, guns, and grass. Lots of laughs, lots of laughs. Everybody's thinking that hell's the hippest way to go, but I don't think so. I wanna take a look around and say blue. Hey blue, here's a shout for you inside your heels high. foggy lullaby. Here is your song from me. Just before I loved the lost, you said, I am as constant as the northern stars, constantly in darkness where if you want me, I'll be there. On the back of a cotton coaster in the blue cheese square, I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada. With your face guitar, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet, I could drink a case of you. She ain't lies, she ain't devils and demons. She go to him, staring as if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, you remember who you are. The taste of your love is so sweet, like a drink of crazy. Tony Bernardi. Woo!
We have one more for you tonight.
Last one of the show. And this song, it's by the Mamas and the Papas. And Bradley Mellon is going to sing with me. I don't know if you guys know that we used to sing together when we were wee little bitty things. We were in the Columbus Children's Choir together. So we were singing together when we were 10 years old. Brad got all the solos, by the way, because he was an excellent singer back then. I had to share a solo with you. How terrible. No, Brad was amazing. And he still is amazing. And I just want to thank you guys for coming out this evening and taking a chance on this show, because we're taking some beloved music we know and doing it in a very different way. But this is, you know, I don't believe in genre. I think it's just sort of like you play the songs you love, right? Right? So we love this music and we want to do it. And so we appreciate also First Unitarian and Brandon, like, thank you so much for taking a chance on this show, because this is not one that we are able to get booked a lot because we do something funky with the music. So we really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. The thing about singer-songwriter songs is that there's like 4 verses where, you know, jazz singers like get 1 and that's it. And so it's very hard to memorize for us. But we're gonna do a little history lesson of Laurel Canyon in this song. And so this is called Creek Alley.
Just to get higher in LA, you know where that's at.
And no one's getting fat that mama has. Darling and Danny, you know there aren't many who can sing the song the way that you do. Let's go south.
It's just all they got, don't you think that I wish I could make a call like you?
No, Danny and Sebastian's hat.
Up the night out.
Now the ribbon, but they pass the hat.
Why still getting higher in LA, you know where that's at.
No one's getting fat that mama has. When cats was up, no plan to go to sweat my butt, she changed her mind one day. Standing on the turnpike, thumb up the hitchhike, take me to New York right away. sing those
Don't you work hard to play.
Make up, everybody shake up. Yes, it has to be that way.
Sebastian and Saul, boom, boom, boom.
Michelle, John, and Danny getting married too.
Win and quiet, just to catch a fire. Now they know what I got.
And everybody's getting fat, step mama has. And then she wants to go to the sea.
Alice can't make it, says I'll make it.
We knew she'd come eventually.
Release it on American Express car.
It's going. Drugs, decorations, and our imaginations can't go on indefinitely. In California, dreaming is becoming a reality. Thank you so much, Tony, Jake, Brad. My name is Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you want a preview of the record? Would you like a preview of the record? It's actually the only song we never did here, and it will be our single. I think it's the only one we never did here. So this will be our single. This is called Sunset in the Mockingbird. It's a Duke Ellington composition, and I wrote some lyrics to it, so it doesn't actually usually have a vocalist. So, little side note about the lyrics is, it's really hard to write lyrics to an instrumental tune, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know what to write about. And then I just researched mockingbirds and found out that they can sing over 200 songs and that they mate for life. And that if they're not, if their mate is far away from them, that the male especially, if their female is far away, will often sing all the way through the night until their mate comes back to them. So I thought that was a beautiful story. The little roses bloom below the trees. A lonely little bird, a symphony. He sings a tender melody. Tender tale of love that's gone too soon. Through the deep of night, he cries out this desperately, waiting for love to answer and say. Maybe one day he'll hear her sing again, and then her echoing call might make winter fall and bring in spring again. He sings a sad song until she until she comes along. Her voice still lingers on in dreams. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Laurel Camara. We are the Jake Reed Trio. And thank you for having us. Please be sure to come out on April 12th for our Shades of Ellington album release concert at the McConnell Arts Center. So we will hope to see you there. There should be some postcards left, maybe, on the back table. And we will be streaming on all platforms at that date. So thank you guys again, and we will see you next time.